Hello, my beautiful angels. Thank you for joining me. It is Tigger from Sagittarius Angels Answers All, giving you another reading before the new year starts. We're going to tap into the energies and ask the universe and our guides and your ancestors. Are there anything that you need to focus on or be aware of, or what could be transpiring or occurring along your journey or path for the year of 2024. We're not fortune telling here. We're just tapping into the energies. That's my dog hitting the camera, not me. She sits right underneath me. And just seeing, is there anything that you need to work on, be aware of, stop doing, get away from, move towards in 2024? We understand that what is to be shown will be known, and what, Sagittarius doesn't need to know. Wow, okay. My cards don't fly out that often, so when they do, I take it as a sign. Well, definitely standing in the forefront of 2024 for my Sagittarius, and probably myself included, there is going to be some change, some abrupt change, things changing in your life. The Tower cycle, it's not necessarily bad change. It might not be welcome change, but it might be required and necessary change. Sometimes we request certain things in our dreams, in our petitions, in our prayers, and then we might not like the approach or how that dream is answered. Sometimes in order for us to get further in life or become the better versions of ourselves, or to get a particular dream answered, certain things have to be in motion. Certain people have to maybe be out of the way in our life, or we have to be closer to God or closer to taking more control of our life and really being willing to do the work in order to achieve what we want in our life. So let's dive into this a little bit deeper, since we are talking about what the energies are and what we can expect and what we need to work towards 2024. So let's spend a little bit of time with each of these tarot cards. I probably will not use an oracle. I might use an oracle at the end to just close it out and to clarify. But this is going to be a deep dive into 2024. It's not a reading per se on 2024. That will be a reading I will do for you probably on New Year's Eve, on New Year's Day. This is like the pre-reading before that. So usually when we look at the tarot card, we're experiencing something that is going to force us to grow, or reminding us that we need to grow. Because again, when we get comfortable in life and the fires are out and everything seems quiet, and even with the little bit of struggles, it's still not enough to make us get up and do things or make us recognize where we need to make changes in our life. But when something happens abruptly, when things start falling apart or things fall out of sync, then of course the universe gets our attention. So sometimes the tarot card signifies the universe getting our attention to take the necessary steps to make things happen in our life, or to force us to take action that we otherwise would not take. Sometimes this can be great tragic havoc and topsy-turvy moments going on in your life. It could really be shaking up your foundation from the loss of a job, the loss of a home, people leaving your life, people transitioning out of your life. It could be the cause of depression or restlessness, or you're going through a deep painful time of anger and grief. And it really shakes your foundation. Usually with the Tower card, whatever it is, you feel like you have nothing left to stand on. You need to rebuild. You need to start from the beginning. And just like when sculptors, right, that mold clay, what do they do when they're not happy with their works, or they're not happy with the sculpture, right? What do? They just kind of crumble it up and bunch up the clay and start again. Well, the Tower moment is like everything that you've built, all those bricks and stones that you've compiled, and the life and the journey that you've built until this moment. It's kind of like all evaporated, or it's all broken down to its essence, for you to pick up the pieces and to look through what is worth taking on to this next journey, or what is worth adding back to this new foundation that you're building. Maybe the foundation that you built all along wasn't as stable as you thought it was. You could have been living on rocky, unworthy, selfish ground. You could have been living a life, not one that is positive, not one that was blessed by God. You could have been serving the wrong God. So there's many reasons, again, why tower moments happen in our life, the frequency of why they happen, and what occurs after they happen. Again, it can go from job losses, divorces, separation, financial, any type of disturbance that can shake you mentally or spiritually, affects you physically, any emergency type thing that occurs in your life last minute, an unexpected surgery, unexpected bill or debt, a phone call from a relative with bad news, something that's really tragic. These tower moments aren't usually small. They're vast and they're big for a moment, because it's meant to grab your attention. It's meant for you to take action. It's meant to shake up things in your life. But from this shake up, new things and brighter things can be built. Some things will come back with it in a positive way, hopefully, if you recognize the lesson and you take which parts you should from it. And others could possibly be the determining factor of other tower moments that you will experience in your life, depending, again, how you learn from this shakeup, what you take from it, and how you grow from there. So yes, tower moments will bring pain, discomfort, anxiety. But we have to believe there's a true lesson to be taught here, that this tower moment isn't just happening to make us unhappy or to disturb the flow of our life. There's a greater meaning behind it that we have to be mindful of. Sometimes it actually opens up our eyes to what is really true and real in our life. Because again, when you build a life on false prophets or on false dreams and on material things that don't sustain you, that don't go with you when you leave this earth, the realization of that when you lose them comes into play. When people suffer things like earthquakes and bad storms and health matters, all these things that we think we have in the grasp of our hand, at the end of the day, the universe and God reminds us how fragile we are, how humble that we need to be to life and its creation. So yes, the tower moment can be scary, but sometimes it is very, very necessary. So we have the Four of Cups accompanying that, the Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So as your 2024 may start and the ending of your 2023, this tower moment happens. You're not alone. Of course, you have your spiritual family looking over you because they already know what's going to happen before you do. And then you have your earthly angels, your earthly family members here and friends that love you, people who are there to help you, organizations, people who believe in you, offering their help, not just financially, but with the cups, emotionally they are there. They care about your soul, they care about your spirit, they care about what you feel inside and how you're going to handle this upheaval or this tragic change and blow to your life. Followed by the Five of Pentacles. Yes, major tower moments can cause havoc on you financially. It can cost you money financially or put you in a space where you have to utilize a majority of your savings, your money that you've saved for a rainy day. And it leaves you feeling out in the cold. It leaves you where you need the emotional and financial support. You go to shelter, you go to your spiritual friends, your spiritual family for guidance, to keep you in prayer, to keep you focused, and to pray that you can get past this particular tower moment. And I always feel that during this time, we need to be reminded of the past tower moments that we've had in our life, what we did to get past them, what lesson did we learn from them, and how we can contribute that and grow from that in this particular instance. Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So going to your spiritual family, tapping into your spirituality and rebuilding your foundation will require work. But with the Seven of Pentacles, that work will get done. Like I said, this is not a new rodeo for many of you. You've been down this road before, as we all have, and we all will continue to be. Tower moments happen in our life at any given time out of necessity or because we've created them. But no matter how or which way it happens, you do work through it. And that's the good thing. Because ending with the Queen of Pentacles, you've got this, right? We know you've got this. Let me just remind you here. You've got this, right? You've got this. And the Queen of Pentacles is confirming that. You have been down this road before, maybe not to the extent of what this Tower moment brings to it, but you have the strength, you have the wisdom, you know, you have the know-how. You have the spiritual gifts, you have the wisdom. You just have to be able to ride through the tide, grasp what the lesson is. Why is it that this particular Tower moment happened in your life at this moment? Why are you going into 2024 with this drastic change? Is it because you need to weed out the weaklings or the people who are not supportive and not true to you in your life? Is it because you were going down the wrong path? Or is it simply because this is your path? This is your purpose. This is where your road is supposed to be. And all the world is doing, the universe is doing, is aligning you on the right track, as 1111 had approached on the camera. So that's how much the angelic energy is with you during this Tower moment. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles. We get the Two of Swords. Many of you, as you go through this Tower moment or these vast changes that you're going to experience as you tap into the new year, mentally, you're going to be guarded and trying to protect yourself from the challenges that might come along with it. Some of it you might not have seen coming, and some of it you might want to keep a blind eye to because it's more than what you expected, or it didn't come the way how you expected it to come. And you really find out who is in your corner, who is there for you. Let's pick one more card with that. The Devil. You find out, like I said, the people in your life that you need to rid yourself of, the people who were toxic, whether it was a toxic job, co-worker, your family members, your lover. You get away from the things and people and the negative energies that really, wherever you were at your life prior to this Tower moment, really wasn't in a good space. You might have been just dealing with it because you were comfortable, but it wasn't the best thing for you. You know, with this Devil card, we're talking about also being strong, because people could have been very greedy for your time, for your energy, for your way of life. You could have been being introduced to corrupt things and corrupt people and corrupt energies, taking you to a dark side and putting you closer to the dark side and taking you away from your original place of light and love. This also helps you to avoid sexual negative things, greed, impulses, addictions, keeping you away from addictions that maybe you started out because you were booed up with someone, financial debt that you could have gotten into because, again, you were looking out for someone else. You know, the Devil is the master of the deception, and this could be the shakeup that you needed, because the people that you were associating with, even though you got this, they kind of had a control over you. They were putting you in a different direction. They were taking you out of your life, and they were just selling you a bag of goods, and for some reason you were falling into it. So this is really giving you the freedom to shake out of that imprisonment, to shake out of these unhealthy relationships, and get out of this feeling of despair and hopelessness, and let you get back to the beautiful, spiritual, light, optimistic, fiery person that you are, a person who has good values and wants to be with people who live that way. You know, dealing with people who are toxic, you tend to go against the grain. You live negatively as you associate more and more with them. You become obsessed with material things and things that are negative, that don't bring spiritual joy to you. They might give you physical wealth, but spiritually they're depleting all the good that's within you. So you become a bondage to that, and then you become to think, as those who are negative think, that things from the evil of this world, things from the toxic people of this world really matter, when they truly don't. Let's see what other messages we get. The King of Wands. For some of you coming into the new year, you're looking for a partner who is as strong as you, who is as spiritual as you, who is as grounded as you. For many of you, if you were dating people I want to say your same age or a little bit younger than you, I feel some of you want to elevate to someone who's more older, more mature. Sometimes people could be the same age as you, but women, I'm sorry, it's a known fact, we're much maturer than men. So you're looking that if you want to be in a partnership this year, you want to be with people who are wise, people who make sound rules, are great leaders. They know how to be in charge, but they also have people person type connections. They know how to love people. They know how to be warm and endearing while also setting the tone straight and not going for the BS. We get the card of the Knight of Cups. You always will have someone younger coming towards you, offering love and emotion, probably in reciprocation for love that they want to receive too. And that's fine. But again, just monitor it, because when you're dealing with young energy, remember, they're young, they're inexperienced. They're not like this King of Wands. And when you're going through a life crisis, especially if you're going like a change of life crisis, and you want to be young again, and you want to experience young things, you want to test your youth, you will gravitate to youthful things. But remember, you're not a youth, and you can't live the life of a youth. With the card of Two of Cups, definitely there will be partnership opportunities. There will be partnership opportunities in business and also in love. Let's clarify that. Page of Pentacles. Very small beginnings. The early stages, nothing great happening. Early stages of new beginnings that you will decide whether or not you want to pursue or put the work into. Because many of you are now focusing from this big tower moment, what is going on in your world? What is it that you really desire? What is it that you need to really incorporate yourself into? And if you do bring love into your life with a partnership, whether it's in love or a partnership in a business, is this going to complement your world? Is this fulfilling your dreams and your destiny? And then you always have the Knight of Swords. We always have the Knight energy coming to us from both directions. A young, inexperienced person who wants to bring you all this energy and wants you to get down with their youthfulness and party with them and have fun. And then you have the other Knight that comes in a little bit, not that much, but a little bit more experienced. But it's like they got these quick plans, and they too want to rush you into things, and they think really fast on their feet, and they come up with all these wonderful ideas, but they never stay around to implement them. They kind of just whisper this and come in with this grand entrance, but then they're gone before you know it. Finally, the clarifier with the Ace of Cups, but that's okay, because this big change that you're going through, this big interruption in your life, is there for a purpose, to bring new beginnings into your life, new love, new opportunities, new ways of looking at things, a new way of experiencing life and being true to yourself and what it is you value in your life. In the middle of the deck, we get the Three of Wands. This year of 2024 will be a year of introspection, thought, really making sound decisions where you see yourself, not only now, but in the future. What do you see coming towards you? What is it that you want to gravitate to? In closing, Judgment. There will be certain things that will occur in your life. Sound judgment will be questioned. Have you made sound judgment in your life? Will you be more mindful of the things that you do and who you align yourself with in this new part of your journey? Some roosters might come to collect. Some karma, so to speak, might come. Some things where you wanted closure, or you felt you didn't get the proper closure, or you didn't get the proper repayment that was due you, will definitely come to you this year. You're going to be very guarded spiritually on who you invite and what energies you have around you, which is great. Purging and cleansing yourself from all the negativity that you might have let yourself go down into in the past. This year, you're really going to try to tap back into your spiritual being as a Sagittarius. being a loving empath, being a goddess and king of light to others, really trying to tap into that energy, not only to give it to others, but also to feed it through to your soul as well. And with the card, the Star, always having hope, having more hope than you've ever had in your life, to be able to manifest the things that you want to manifest, to be true to yourself, to incorporate new values, mend old values, and really forge through this particular year in a way that you've never done before. It's almost like if you don't do it now, that's it. Like the race is soon to be over for many of you. A lot of things are on the line for you this year, I feel, coming up. And you've got to make sound decisions. You've really got to put the games and people who play games with you aside. In the middle of the deck, we get the Eight of Wands. A lot of things this year, including the Tower moments, may happen unexpectedly and swiftly. This is also the sign of you needing to take swift movement in what is coming. You have to be able to adapt and adjust at a moment's notice. So you have no time to be lazy or tired. You've got to get yourself together. You have to be ready to be a force in your life, and don't fall short of God's grace by letting things pass you by. A lot of the things that you want, you have to be ready. You have to live your life as though you've already gotten it. Because if you're slow, you're gonna blow, so to speak, this year. So be very mindful of your energy, being adaptive, being alert to your surroundings, your messages, and in tune with your intuitive feelings. In closing, we get open your heart to new beginnings. So definitely those of you who've been closed off romantically or emotionally, open your heart this year to love or new beginnings in whatever cycle or phase of your life that you're going through. Let's go in the middle of the deck. Need effort. Like I said, a lot of you in the past years, or in this past year, you've just been sitting waiting for the universe to work on your behalf, and you not doing your part. You're going to have to put a lot more effort this year. It's not going to be easy. This Tower moment is going to prove to you that you're going to have to work and really be part of the change in your life to accomplish and to get the desires of your heart. We also get find the middle ground. This is going to be a year where you might find yourself having to make peace with others, putting away to the wayside childish arguments and discord and disconnects between you, family, and friends. Even in your work environment, finding middle ground so that you, Sagittarius, can get what you need done in a particular situation or with a particular friendship. You don't have to be crazy in love with people, but at least be cordial enough so that whatever this union means to you, whatever lesson you need to travel through this journey with this particular person or being, you can be stable enough and humble enough to just go through whatever, you're going through with this person to get whatever it is that you need at the end of it, okay? Because Lord knows people use us to get what they want. So sometimes we have to kind of rock with people we don't want to rock with, but there's a lesson or something that in that rocky relationship that we need. So just find a middle ground until you can get out of that situation and be successful in finding and achieving what it is that you need to get. Final card is positive communication in the near future. Again, I really feel in the year of 2024, there may be some people returning back to your life where you didn't have positive communication. You ended in a bad note. This could be ex-co-workers, ex-lovers, family members, childhood friends. People are getting older. Life is getting more tougher. Your circles get smaller. And people start to remember now more than ever the true people. Sagittarius is a true person. You're going to find more people than you would like necessarily wanting to be back in your presence and in your good graces, wanting to bring back or connect with you in a positive way with positive communication, offering their cup as they did in the beginning of the reading, of wanting to be there for you emotionally and vice versa, because they know the work of Sagittarius. They know the life of Sagittarius, all that goodness within you. And not only you're just a good person, but the fun and the bright energy and the optimism and just your zeal and zest for life. You're an adventurer, you're a traveler, so there's so much things that you bring to other people's life without you even trying. It just comes naturally, that when they go through this journey and when it's all said and done, even through their tower moments, they want to have at the end of it a friend like you, a lover like you. So you're going to be highly regarded and highly sought out in this coming new year. We're going to go into this deeper and further as we do the actual new year message. But wow, what some great information and great insight we've gotten in this reading. And I hope that you will refer back to this as you go into the new year to remind yourself that these tarot moments, as tough as they may be, they're needed. And at the end of the day, you got this. Love you. Happy New Year.